Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, boo, the boo, the boo, the boo, boo, the boo, boo, the boo, the boo, 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 boo. We are back with some live Dungeons and Dragons. Who are the Wayfarers? They are Mendax. They are Nigel. They are called the Kinky Bird Baron, DM'd by the amazing Apoptosis 808. The world is shit and it's controlled by a lich, and the team is going to help save the Druid City. They're in an underground network, dealing with tentacle monsters, finding an amazing spear, and they're just about to try to deal with this sarcophagus that is suddenly moving. Find out what happens tonight on Wayfarers.
Hello! Once again, everybody. Fantastic to see you all, and glad that we're back once more to play some more Dungeons and Dragons. Pig, Ash, and Neuro, it is good to see you three in this homely home of homes. Are you ready to do some dungeoning and dragoning tonight, then?
Always.
Heck yeah. It's going to be a little different not controlling 4 characters at once, like I think most of us have been doing for the last...
Oh, yeah, man. I have to gripe a little bit, man. I mean, Baldur's Gate 3, that's what we're talking about for sure. Incredible. Super amazing game. But goddamn do I hate it when it's like, okay, I see there's a trap on the ground. My party knows there's a trap on the ground. And then you just walk over to the right, and Shadowheart's just like, oh, you know, like, god damn it, dude. Do I have to turn-based mode every single fucking time? Inevitably, every time. Anyways, fantastic game. I'm sure I'll be playing some of that as soon as we're done tonight. But right now, it's D&D o'clock. Jimothy, once again, doing a fantastic job introing us into our current state of the campaign. You all just dealt with the horrible, carnivorous, body-snatching plant. Well, it's, I mean, technically still alive, so it's still there. You
Some
guys
people
just
are into
kind of-
that.
Hey, I'm not here to, tell anybody how to live their life.
Yeah.
It's still alive. You guys didn't actually kill it for maybe the first time in your life, not destroying a monster. And you found a secret chamber. You got this spear, magic spear. Don't know what it does quite yet. Call, I believe you have that. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And then you all went into the next room, which was filled with different, again, kind of crumbling statues and pillars. But also in this one, it looks to be almost like a burial chamber. There are sort of urns and vases that are placed around in several places of honor, but there are also these sarcophagi. I still don't know what the right plural. Sarcophagopolis all around the room. And in true cliffhanger fashion, when you all entered the room and started walking around a little bit, one of the ones in the center began to move its lid just slightly. Before we begin, any questions, any concerns, anything you guys would like to say before we begin?
Ooh!
Yes.
What's in the box?
We're gonna have to find out. Pain. Uh-oh. Feel the flesh crisping. And I don't remember what the line is after that one. Not a true Dune fan, I guess.
Oh, I was doing 7.
Yes, that's what happens when the...
Oh, yeah, that one too. What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the box? Yeah. Oh, come on, what's in the box? I hope there are some people that understand this right. You get it,
Everyone's
Ash, so
seen
we're good.
7, right?
Everyone has seen 7, I hope. Maybe not though. Anyways,
If not, after Wayfarers.
shame on you. You go watch
Right.
it. Yeah.
It's a movie?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a movie.
Why is it so
It's
funny?
a movie. Because, well...
Is it a
no.
funny movie?
No.
Oh.
No. What?
No. Well, there's... No, actually, not even a little bit, really. It's really... It's
No,
actually
it's
quite
really not.
fucked up. It's very good, though.
Oh.
Super
That's
fucked up. So good.
Any other box-related jokes we could make before we move on?
I mean, plenty, but they get more blue
Oh, yeah, that's true.
as I go on talking about bots.
Yeah, that's right. Let's avoid... We haven't even begun the campaign. Pig, I saw you on mute. Mute yourself back up. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. No.
I'm with you. I'm on your side
okay,
here.
okay, good
Like,
man,
the
good
longer
man.
you leave the box out, it just starts to smell bad after a certain amount of time, you know? It
Yeah,
can get a
I
little
really
bit
did
nasty,
box
so-
into that one. I listen.
You boxed
I'm fair.
yourself in there, mate. Yeah.
That was my fault. I take the blame on that one. and I give you all a pass.
It's all right. Some time in a box, a bit of fun.
Yeah, sure, okay.
Depends on the.
But
box,
we have
though.
some sarcophages, which is what we're gonna go with for plural of sarcophagi or sarcophaguses.
You had it right the first time. It's definitely sarcophagi. Hundo P.
Hundy pundy.
What's the plural of sarcophagus, chat?
I'll put down 15 gold that it's sarcophagi.
I'm gonna look it up.
What about if it's a woman buried, it could be a sarcophagus?
It is plural? Oh, okay. You can do sarcophagi or sarcophaguses or rare sarcophaguses. There's 3 plurals of sarcophagus. So there you go. Now you can say you learned something today. That's never happened in this 57 episodes of D&D.
Remember, adventurers, when you're in an ancient crypt, watch out for sarcophagi and sarcophagus.
And sarcophaguses.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure we taught people about soggy biscuit once.
We did. That was not a good episode. That was a bad episode. Wipe that one from the internet.
It's been deleted.
All right. What is the formation that we have in this room? As a slight reminder, it is approximately 40 feet. It's a rectangular room. It's about 40 feet in length, maybe about 20 feet wide or so. So you guys can stand pretty comfortably however you'd like to. Every about 10 feet or so are 2 pillars that have about 20 feet in between them. So they're sort of 10 feet off of the walls. There are 2 pillars that go up. They're crumbling. They're not really supporting anything at this point. You can see that there have been some cave-ins even in this room, as the ceiling, again, has this sort of beautiful marble look to it, but a lot of it has been cracked and broken. You can see shards of it have fallen off, and entire sections of roof have, in fact, kind of crushed and plummeted down from the earth above. But about, let's say you guys are maybe let's say you're about 5 feet in the room. You guys didn't get very far. About 30 feet down, so close to the end of the room, where you can see clearly another door as well. There are 3 sarcophaguses that are about 10 feet apart. The one in the middle, the lid from it begins to shift to the side. You all have essentially one sort of turn action, if you will, to do what it is that you would like to before whatever happens. So let me know what you would like to do. Call. What are you doing?
Am I allowed to rage?
Certainly. How many rages do you have left for today? Did you rage on the lizards?
Let's double check.
Yeah.
I've spent
you
2
raged
rages.
on the plant. Okay, so what, you have 2 left, I think, or 3 left?
This will be rage 3. I have 4 total.
Okay, yeah, absolutely you can rage.
I'm just pissed.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Normally you do yell, so I always give you space to do that.
Thank you for reminding me. I was so pissed off I forgot.
That's understandable. What would you like? So you go into a rage. Where are you standing, roughly? Are you going to move forward? Are you going to kind of hang back with the team?
Maybe forward.
How far forward do you want to go?
Oh, I'll go up next to it.
Okay, so you're going to go right up next to the sarcophagus that's opening?
Well, in a position where I can utilize my strong reach.
Okay, so about 10 feet away then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if something bad comes up, I won't be able to, bop it on the head.
Okay.
Yeah.
I understand that completely. So you go into a rage and move forward. You're now about 10 feet away as the lid of this tomb, this casket, begins sort of sliding. You can hear the stone grinding on stone as this sort of immense weight. It takes multiple people usually to move one of these lids into place. And whatever is moving it is kind of very slowly but surely just kind of gliding this lid off. You don't see anything yet. You don't see anything reach up through or anything like that. So you're kind of just standing at the ready. Ash, what are you doing here?
I think I'm going to be pulling my rapier and sneaky prick out. And I want to move closer, but off to the side, so that I'm not on one of the long ends. I want to try to be out of its first field of vision, if it's going to be probably looking towards us.
Okay. Are you going stealth, or are you just standing there? What would you like to do?
I'm going stealth on this.
All right. Give me a roll for that. Let me know what you get.
Oh, a 14 plus 9.
Quite sneaky indeed. 23. All right. So you're sort of crouching behind one of the pillars, certainly out of oh, the light in this room. Sorry, there is no light. That might be something you guys want to adjust. I do know that in the water room, you guys had a what was it called? A sun torch or a sun rod. You had a sun rod, which was emanating light. Does one of you still have that?
I have it.
Call still has it. Okay, so Nigel can see pretty much the whole room then, so long as the sun rod is still, we'll say, like strapped to your backpack or something at this point, just so that some light is showing. Sure. Speaking of Nigel, what would you like to do, my friend?
You said this is like a pretty... Is it like a human-sized sarcophagus? Like, kind of roughly humanoid? Like, it's not like it's, like, giant-sized, right?
It's not, like... It's not absolutely massive, but it looks... I mean, yeah, it's not like, you know, dragon size or something
like
insane.
An ogre probably couldn't fit in there, right?
It's quite large. It's quite large. You're not... Yeah, with a quick assessment, you can tell for sure this would be larger than any, we'll say, playable humanoid size would be.
It's a big one.
A large creature could fit in here. Doesn't mean that's what's in there. It's just a large creature could fit in there. And all the sarcophagus are of similar size. They're all quite large. We'll say they're about... they'd actually have to be pretty wide, too. They're about 6 feet wide, and we'll say about 10 feet in length. So they take up a large amount of space.
Okay, so what we're going to do is, after tallying up my mage juice very quickly, my wizard juice, I'm going to go, you know what?
Oh my god, please merge that.
I don't have too much of this juice left, but I think this is always worth it, and I am going to haste Carl.
Oh, hasten. Okay. Okay, so you cast haste on Call. What is the how many turns does that last for, or
that's
minutes?
That's gonna last for a minute.
Okay.
Which is 12 turns, is that?
That is 12 turns, yes.
12 turns. Now, obviously, at the end of that, just a reminder, you do get a wave of lethargy at the end of that 12 turns, Carl. But in the meantime, you get doubled movement speed, +2 armor class, advantage on dex saving throws, and an additional action every turn, which you can only use to just do your regular attack. So basically, one extra regular weapon attack each turn. Or,
You'll be slamming.
Dash, disengage, that stuff.
Okay. So you sort of imbue Call with a supernatural sense of speed. Call, it seems as if time begins to slow around you as you realize the all too familiar effects of haste taking hold. The lid of the tomb now sliding, it seems barely creeping along at a snail's pace as you're sort of waiting in anticipation of this.
I will also try to sneak to the other side of the room from Mendax, and I'll see if I can like hide behind a pillar, basically.
Sure. Are you wanting to actually like stealth check it?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Actually, be sneaky for once.
Okay.
Because normally I just run out of line of sight of things, but we're actually going to see if I can not get anyone's notice for the start. Should I roll straight away? Yeah.
Yep. Give me the roll.
14. And I'm imagining it's like a +1 at most. +2 actually. Not too bad.
Hey, there we go. 16, not bad. Okay, fantastic. Anything else you guys want to do before we begin? It looks like the 3 turns. Ribbons is just standing in the middle of the hall. It's just, he doesn't really take a lot of action on his own. So if you guys want to tell him where to go, you can. Or if you want him to just stand there, that's also fine.
I think that seems like a classic Ribbons thing, just kind of
Yeah,
bringing
sure.
up the rear,
He's just ready to go.
healing things at his own pace. Yeah.
Yep, he's just ready to go. Sounds good. Fantastic. Time creeps on for you, Cole, but for everybody else, it's only a few moments that pass before the lid fully slides off of the top of this sarcophagi. And you see from within the tomb, two skeletal sort of hands grip the sides of the tomb and sort of pull themselves up. You can feel and hear, you can almost feel the sort of all too familiar creaking and cracking of bones reanimating themselves, of this sort of papery-like leather flesh, ripping almost in places as the form begins to move and get up. What you see is fairly unmistakable to all of you. You all have seen now many statues of this all around the village you're in and underground. Unmistakably, the form of a centaur stands and rises from this tomb, from the sarcophagus, which explains why it had to be so massive to fit like a literal horse plus a human in there. And you can see it's in complete decay. There are shreds of flesh that are still clinging to the sides and bones of this. There are some ornate decoration. What once would have been maybe vibrant plumes and feathers are now faded and decayed. You can see a lot of sort of flesh and dust and even bugs kind of dropping from this figure as it rises out. You hear a very shaky, rattly, almost breath as this thing begins to take hold and take form. As it rises for a moment, its eyes, well, there's nothing to close. They just have these sunken, hollow, black sort of like holes. And after a moment, you see them sort of spark a low, red, dim, orange flame, and turn its head towards you, Call, and it points at you with one of its outstretched hands, the other one wielding a large warhammer that's sort of just dragging on the ground next to it as it steps out of its sarcophagus. It hasn't attacked you yet, but it's pointing at you. Give me a perception check, actually.
Perceptive bird. Swift bird. 8 plus 5 is 13. I'm proficient in perception.
Okay. From what you can, or actually what you pick on, what you pick up on, actually, is that it's not actually pointing at you. It seems to be pointing slightly above your head. You're the only one that can really see from the vantage point that you're at. And you realize it's pointing on the spear at your back.
Oh. Good morning. Is this yours?
It just lets out another sort of shaky, rattly breath. Just as it continues to point.
With terrible swiftness, I will hold it like this.
Okay. As you pull the spear out and reach out in your hands, the centaur's hand goes from a pointed finger, and it turns over into sort of an outstretched palm, as if waiting for you to give it to him.
I didn't know this was someone's. I didn't mean to steal from someone. I assumed everyone was dead here. I'll hand it to him.
Okay. You hand him the spear. Do you let go? He will grasp it and take it from you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the centaur takes the spear from you, and sort of holds it in the air, looking it over with its glowing, dim, orangey red eyes. And then it turns its gaze back down to you again, dropping the spear sort of to its sides in similar form as the warhammer. And it'll stand there and stare at you.
Oh. Good morning. He doesn't speak words, though?
No.
Nigel, Mendax, what do you think of this? You think we should leave the spear with him, or do you think we should relieve him of the spear and of life, or undeath?
Is there a exit behind the sarcophagus, or is this like?
Yep, there's a door. Maybe 5 feet behind that sarcophagus. It's closed currently. It looks to be made of some mixture of stone and some decrepit old wood.
I'll come forward and try to make my way around behind Carl and towards the door.
Okay. Yeah, as you approach, the centaur doesn't make any movement. It just turns its head and looks at you. It now has the spear sort of, again, it's close to its side. And it shuffles a little bit as you turn and you begin to make your way around the centaur as well. But he keeps looking at you.
My lord. Alright, well this is decidedly creepy. I'm gonna inspect the door and see if I can open it.
Okay. Yeah, you inspect the door. Give me a I'm sorry, how are you inspecting it? Are you just trying
Basically
to open it, or
just trying to open it and yeah, figuring out if there's any obvious mechanism, like a lock or a handle.
Yeah, it looks like it's just a simple sort of like turn style almost handle where it clicks into place to lock it and opens by just moving the pillar. Give me a strength check as this sort of stone metal, mixture of stone and metal bolt is quite rusted and old.
4 plus my lats bonus of +1, so that's 5.
Nice. Even with the lats bonus, unfortunately, you kind of have a really hard time and struggle to open the door. You're struggling to move this lever out of place so that you can open it.
Carl, could you give me a hand, mate? This door's stuck. It's powerful. It might take all of us to open this.
With uncanny speed, I will zip over, very excited to do something, because I'm hasted.
All right, sounds good. You zip over to the door in record time. And give me a strength check to try to open that door. You get advantage because you're raging.
Strength, +3 to strength checks. 18 plus 3 is 21 is the first roll. 17 plus 3 is 20, so it's a 21.
Yeah, with the 21, it does take some force and a little bit of time, but you are able to sort of gain leverage and start pushing, and now that you have momentum, you're able to move the lever out of place and presumably open the door.
Oh. It's open. Hold on, just wanted to say goodbye to our guest. Now I'll zip over to the undead centaur, say cheerio, enjoy your spear, and then I'll zip back to the door.
Okay. Yeah, sounds good. Are you opening the door?
Yeah.
Okay, great. You open the door. That doesn't take any strength check. It just kind of, again, takes you a moment to sort of push that door open slightly. The room, I'll get to that description in just a moment. As you begin to sort of proceed out of this room, give me a wisdom save. Give me a wisdom save, sir.
14 plus 2 is 16.
Nice. Okay. For a moment, you get a sensation in your head of longing and missing the spear that you once held on to. But it quickly passes, and you sort of shake your head in a bit of a cloudy haze.
Man, that was a really damn good spear. Would have liked to use that.
Yeah. The next room, I'll get to that description if you guys are moving through.
Yes, I guess I'll follow them out.
All right. Just, hello.
So don't mind me.
Yeah, similar sort of perspective where as you begin to move past the centaur, it sort of locks eyes with you, watching you and trying to move itself to be between you and the spear. But beyond that, doesn't make any approach to attack you. Ribbon's at the other side of the room, and he kind of calls out, Should I come too? Or should I stay here?
Go on, Ribbons.
Yeah, probably come with us. Maybe see
Go.
if you can grab this.
No,
the
come
spear.
with.
Come with, but maybe if
Okay.
you can grab the spear as you come past. Maybe no, probably not the best idea actually. Mendax, that might be more of a job for you.
Get the spear. Don't get the spear. What am I
Probably
doing?
don't get the spear. Just
I'm
steer,
sorry.
Steer clear of the zombie centaur. It might kill you.
Are you sure I should try to get the spear?
No, we're leaving
And
him.
he just starts shuffling his way across the room. Quite confused at what you wanted him to do, but ending up on go to the other side with you guys.
It's clearly his spear. We found it on the centaur statue. We returned it to him.
Does he really need it though? And could it perhaps serve this world better if we had it?
Maybe. But what if we bring a terrible curse upon us by desecrating the centaurs who may have been allies with the druids?
Don't know they were allies.
Well, I feel like if there was going to be a centaur attack of us in an ambush, then the druid guy would have warned us. Hasn't he warned us of everything so far?
He's warned us of nothing. He said look for a
That's very
path. He
true.
didn't say anything about giant lizards, hentai tentacle underwater monsters.
He didn't
undead
even tell you how to
centaurs.
get into this place, to be clear
He's
with
told
you.
us bare minimum.
You're only
minimum.
assuming you're actually in the right area.
If we went to one of the other areas, we might have
That would
actually
be
been
so
helping.
That would
someone
be
not
so
alive.
funny.
So fucking hilarious. I'd be so bad.
I
We are
wish I
just
had
way
thought
off
of that.
course.
I wish I had thought of that. No, you're definitely in the right spot. But
14 episodes wandering looking for.
yeah,
secret
actually,
exit
just
to
a
the
dead
surface.
end. You guys are in the wrong spot. Yeah,
Such a good long con.
Oops.
But I mean, it couldn't be any worse than the curse that is already on the land if we brought down. How many sarcophagi and gals are there?
3 sarcophagi and gals.
Including the one that's open?
Yeah, including the one that has the centaur that stepped out of it.
So at most, 3 undead centaurs we have to fight.
At most.
I just wanted to point out that this is maybe the first time that I said good morning to someone and they didn't try to kill me. So, just pointing that out, I've talked to many chefs and other people, and they all just try to kill me when I say good morning, but this person didn't. So, I don't know, I just feel...
Let's kill him!
I mean,
Well,
he's an
Sorry,
unknown.
not let's kill him. Let's steal the spear back. You don't know what'll happen.
That's true.
Who knows?
It was on a statue with a centaur, though.
Yeah.
It was. Maybe he's that centaur.
Oh, could be.
We didn't even invite him to come along. We were just like, oh, here's a spear, bro.
Should we invite him?
Probably. I mean,
Well, I'll go back over to him.
Yeah.
And I'll do like
why not?
Come on then, like this gesture. Because he's not using words.
Yeah, he's not even looking at you. He's looking at Ribbons, who's shuffling by. Not very quickly either. He's just kind of. What did you say?
You're muted.
Said Ribbons, invite him to come with us.
Okay.
Can you talk to dead stuff?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Did Nigel make an undead
Maybe.
thing into it?
Can I make a Bob Centaur?
Did he make a...
The way that works is it just creates like a humanoid form out of bones. So it's if there's like a ready humanoid corpse, let me see if Ribbons can talk to the dead.
Yeah, I don't have talk to the dead.
I don't think he has it, but you know I don't remember. I gave him all sorts of random
He's a
things.
cleric, right?
Yep.
And he's a cleric for like a spooky god person? Goddess?
You've never asked him.
The goddess of pain, right? Yeah.
Okay, maybe you have asked him. Never mind.
We've talked about this because, like, me and him are bros. Because I like fucking people up too.
He cannot talk to the dead. Nope.
Does he have a scroll of Talk to the Dead?
Look at this man. He plays one Baldur's Gate. Where's the scrolls at? Look at this guy over here. He plays one single game of Baldur's Gate, and he's like, where's the scrolls at? No, he doesn't have any scrolls.
Okay. Well, it was worth a shot.
I'm proud of you, though.
I don't know.
All right,
my instincts are telling me to let him have it. It's his thing.
Oh, yeah, so, well, I mean, you're the only one who'd have great use for a spear anyway, Carl, so it's your choice.
Yeah. Maybe I'll regret it later, but... don't know. Just seems wrong to take it from someone who said, hey, that's mine.
To be clear, he did not say that. He just pointed at it.
Well, he's a centaur. He would know more about it than I would.
I'm just clarifying, in case there was any confusion.
Okay.
Devil's in the details.
Two-handed weapon user, seemed like a bro. I don't know. We're chilling.
Okay, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
17th September 2021, episode 30 of Arc 2, Part 2. Ribbons said, just doing what I can to serve the Dark Lady after healing someone.
Look at this guy with the notes. This fucking dude.
My old
good
document,
shit.
I found it. And
I like it.
He told us she's the god of pain and suffering, and that he happily serves her.
That is true, he does.
Wizards do be taking notes, though.
Thank you,
clap
Control F.
I clap her. Good job.
This old Google Doc that takes a long time to open. There's a lot of pages in here.
My campaign document is 60 pages long.
Nice.
So far.
God damn.
Let's go.
And that's from episode 1. So this is just one long running document.
Nice.
Okay. Ribbons is now with you guys, who does indeed serve the Dark Lady. Long may her pain reign. And it's just, he's standing there with you all next to the door, ready to do whatever it is you guys want to do. The centaur is turned and is now facing all of you. Just, again, doing exactly the same thing he's done so far. Which is
come on, then.
Keep an eye on you.
Let's go. We have a city to save. Come on. We'll all wave him over.
Yeah, he does not make any motion to join you. I know, unfortunate.
A centaur skeleton comrade in the party that just follows us around like goop or something, and then he like kills so many people, he saves our lives. There's a whole montage, and then we get to like the lich, and the lich is like, I can control him, right, guys? And he just like starts killing us.
Yeah. That spear, by the way, super powerful.
Oh god.
No, he does not make any motion to join you. He continues to keep an eye on you so long as you are in this room with him.
No.
Can we, like, go outside the door, but can I peek in just a tiny bit to see if he's still staring, or if he goes, okay, the coast is clear, and then goes back to bed?
Yeah, you certainly can. You kind of walk into the other room. Is everybody walking into that room with you?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought they were already through the door.
Yeah, I was through the door trying to wave at him. Like, come on. Come on, you big undead person.
You all go through the door, so you're now into the next room. And no, the centaur does not make a move. He does not make any movement to follow you. The only thing he does is sort of stretch out his hand once more, and you see the doors begin to shut behind you.
We should have pointed at his large hammer. Maybe we could have traded.
That's a good idea.
Another trading opportunity gone awry.
Damn! Why am I thinking of this now?
And the door clicks shut, and you feel it. You
thought of that idea 6 seconds after the perfect moment.
Damn it!
Foiled again.
Oh well.
In French, they say
it's all over again.
He probably had on horseshoes, though. Fuck! We could have thrown those into the bargain.
You'll never know. You didn't get a good look at his feet.
There with the
You'll never know.
Let me just get these horseshoes.
Fantastic. Let's go to the next room. All right. Let me set the scene.
Okay.
As the door shuts behind you all and the lock clicks in place, you say your last farewells to your brief but impassioned centaur friend who you'll always hold dear and will remember at the end of your days. You turn and face the room before you. It's a very peculiar looking room. It is a almost perfect circle that is about 30 feet total in diameter. The ground where you are, for about the first 5 feet or so, is that rough sort of patchy dirt and stone. But then it turns into not pristine, but very, very well kept, like a checkered pattern of different colored tiles. Each of them are about 1 foot by 1 foot. So they're just 1 feet squares, essentially. And they alternate different colors, from reds to blues, greens, whites. And it goes that way all the way to the back of the room, where you can see another door. This door is made of wood, from what you can tell, and looks much better than the other. Sort of the quality of it is much higher, and it looks like it's been maintained almost. So it seems very odd and out of place, as if you just stepped almost into another, like another land, or like a room in a castle, or something of the such. Halfway through the room, so the very center of the room, there's a circular pedestal that's, again, about 1 foot in diameter, that raises off the ground about 4 feet or so. And as you all turn and are looking at this scene, torches along the wall, about every 5 feet or so, begin to sort of flash to life. And they have this sort of very slight, it's primarily a red-orange flame like normal, but there's almost there's like blue and green sparks that will shoot off of them sometimes, as if they're made of some enchanted material, or if the flame themselves is magical in some way. After the last torch begins to light, so it kind of counterclockwise just begins to light the whole room until now it's very visible. And you can see the colors of the tiles are quite splendid. They're very, very what's the word I'm looking for? Vivid.
Vibrant.
They're quite colorful. Vibrant. There you go. Perfect word for it. The pedestal that's in the center, you see sort of a light from the ceiling shine down. It doesn't seem like it comes from anywhere, but then a key on a silver chain rises up about 1 foot in the air and just sort of hovers there, as if it's being held by some string or hand or magic. Who knows? What would you like to do?
So the doors on the other side set up against this, beyond all these tiles, and just in the middle of the tiles was the key hanging down?
So in the very center of the room, instead of a tile, there's about a 1 foot diameter pedestal that raises up about 4 feet. On top of that, as if the key and the string were laying on that pedestal, they levitated up about 1 foot, so they're being held in suspension in midair with a light shining down. So it's very obvious. It's very clear.
Well, that looks like something that, Carl, you might be tempted to go pick up. Let's not do that. Mendax.
Why are you calling me out? I just gave up a spear.
You did. You're fantastic. But, just thinking this might be, a situation for someone with subtler sensibilities than yours.
Sure, that's fair. That's fair. I'm sorry. I was sensitive because I just gave up a spear and I was wondering what stats it had and feeling sad. So I didn't mean to take that on you.
I'm sure. Come on, you've got a crow staff that allows you to teleport around. I'm sure it wasn't as good as that.
Oh, can I just teleport over to the other side?
If you teleport back in there, I'm sure, and get the spear and teleport back out here, actually.
It only works once per day. I would be stuck.
I think you already used it this day, too.
We could always turn around.
I thought you already teleported. No, did you not? No, you teleported when you were going down into the tomb the first time, the chamber. I thought the first room with the lizards.
It was something with the lizards. Yeah, it was something with the lizards.
Yeah, you did something with the lizards. I think that's been used.
Did I? No, I think I teleported up to the spear to get it, because it was on top of a centaur.
Potentially, one of those. Let's just all be agreed you've used your teleport. How about that? In what manner it was used, we can't be sure.
All right. That's fair. No spear for you, and also you can't use a scythe? Okay.
Yeah. Well, no, you can use the scythe. You just can't teleport.
All right.
Carl's just getting shit on over and over this day.
This is just fuck Carl, the campaign session. I don't like you in particular today.
Specifically, fuck Carl.
It's okay. I have 60 health. I'm all right.
Yeah. I can barely kill you, so I have to get my shots in where I can. What I really need to do is do magic damage to you, and I need to remind myself that that's what I need to do. I'll go, oh, this will get him. And it's like, oh, lizards don't have magic teeth.
Not yet. But they could.
Not yet. The next ones are going to have some magic dentures.
God.
All right. You've got the room before you. Let me know if you have any questions about anything.
Can I?
Mendax, perhaps you can take a look around, but if you want me to test it, I can always mage hand and just try to grab it. But I figured I'd let you take a look first and take lead.
Can I roll a perception, just kind of go up to the line of tiles and see if I can't see any booby traps or anything specific? Sure. I don't want to step on them.
Yeah, I got you.
Well, look at that. It's a new day. 15 plus 1.
Wow. I'm so unfortunately telling you that there's really nothing else to be seen in this room.
Sons of bitches! So the one time I don't roll a 4, there's nothing there. Oh,
not at the moment. Not at the moment. I'm sorry. You get a very good, view of the room. You confirm all the things. Yep, that's over there.
Okay.
It's up there. Oh, you know what? Here's one detail I didn't explain. The ceiling is about 20 feet off the ground. So there you go.
Hey, Nigel. It's only about 2 stories high.
Oh, my.
Yeah. And you say that with confidence.
I can tell you that almost exactly. 20 feet.
6 levels of gnome ceilings, but yes. 2 of the more standard high-ceilinged humanoid variety.
Easily. But I don't see any, mechanical traps at the moment. I can't speak to magical or otherwise, but it doesn't look like the pressure plates.
Well, when in doubt, mage hand. What's the maximum distance of mage hand? 30 feet. So from 30 feet away, edge of the room, I will try to mage hand and pick up the key.
Okay. You begin to cast Mage Hand, and you feel... I'll give you a second to react to this. You feel sort of the thrum of counter energy apparent as you sort of like matching the energy that you are that you're casting. Almost as if it's a... Give me an Arcana before I tell you too much more here.
8 plus 6, 14.
You can't tell exactly what it's going to do, but this type of energy feels like it's a trap made particularly to counter magic users.
I quickly stop casting the spell, and does it fade?
It does. Sort of as it almost matching your energy, it begins to fade.
I start to cast Create Bonfire just off in a corner of the room on the dirty part of the tiles, and just ready to cancel it at the last second if the same thing happens.
Sure. You can kind of well up energy and take a while to cast spells. Like, that's obviously spellcasting typically is you push for, like 1 turn, 1 action sort of stuff, but you can definitely just go, I'll take my time on this one. And as you begin to build up that energy slowly, once again, you feel that sort of pressure almost pushing against you. And this time it seems to resonate from the key itself.
Ah. The key seems to be matching my energy. I don't want to complete a spell because it might... I can only assume the best case scenario is it'll cancel out any magic that I conjure here. So perhaps we should try simply physically going up and picking up the key.
Do we know which of the bricks we can step on?
I mean, I didn't notice anything in particular in terms, like I said, of physical traps, but I don't know about magical.
Ratty, would you be okay to take one for the team? Shall I just send Ratty basically zigzagging across the tiles, seeing if it sets anything off? No objections? All right, off you go,
sure.
Ratty.
I thought you were asking the DM. Sorry. No, send it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna say no. Don't do that.
It's familiar, so he just poofs out of existence and can come back. It's fine.
Yeah.
Makes sense to me.
Yeah, absolutely. What color tile would you like to start Ratty on? There are all sort of colors represented. You have red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple.
Red ones go faster, so red.
Okay. You start Ratty on the red tile. He sort of starts, he walks over from the stone dirt floor that you guys are on and begins on the red tile. What's the next color tile you'd like him to go on? There is an orange, yellow, and purple tile adjacent to the red one that he could go on.
Orange.
Okay. As he steps off of the red tile, every red tile in the room becomes black. And he steps onto the orange tile.
Okay, so we started on a red. Every red turned black. We stepped onto an orange. Okay. Are there any other orange tiles that I can step onto to progress?
From where he is now, good question. There is not. Okay. There is only a green, a blue, and a purple tile.
All right, we'll just go green.
All right, as he steps off the orange tile, all of the orange tiles turn black, and he's now stepped on a green. He has about another... Let's see, I said... About another 10 feet that he needs to go, so that's about 10 more tiles.
Oh, good God.
All right, what colors do we have to choose from?
His only option in front of him is yellow. The other two are black.
Or black, right?
Or black, yeah, you can step on a black tile if you want.
We'll step on yellow first.
Okay, as he steps off of green, all of the green tiles in the room become black. He is now on the yellow tile. The only ones remaining are blue and purple. He only has 3 black tiles in front of him now.
Okay, so we're going to step onto a black tile then.
Okay, as you step onto a black tile, the key at the center of the room lets out sort of an electrical bolt that kind of just zaps him. As it does, Ratty dissipates as if dispelling the arcane energy that's attached to him. Now that there's nothing standing on the tiles in the center of the room, the tiles begin to slowly regain their color.
All right.
Do we all have to do it at the same time? Oh, sorry. Sorry.
No, you say.
I was going to say, would it work if multiple people, does it just when one thing is on a red or a color and it leaves it, they all turn black? But if there was 2 people or 2 things on 2 different red tiles and only one was moving and one stayed put, would they all still turn black?
That's possible. The other option is if we can find a path where you stay on that color for multiple... If you go from red to red yourself, if there is a path where you can do a few on red And then once you step off red, all those reds will turn black. But then as long as you can step on, say, a few yellows in a row, as long as we can always follow sequences of alternating colors to the middle, then we should be able to find a path to pick up the key, potentially.
So to clarify, you mean we stay on red as long as we can, and then when we need to branch out, we all branch out to the same color until we run out
I think
of
just
that.
one person should go on their own. I don't think we need to all go at the same time.
Yeah, the room does reset.
Yeah, just one person, but you'd have to make sure that you leave one. It has to be a pattern where one foot can stay on the red and the other foot can touch the one before you remove your foot from the first. Because once you leave that one, if you're not already touching, I think it will change.
Yeah.
So maybe we
could
test that.
try that. Do you think you could take one of those lightning bolts? I mean, that looked pretty powerful, I guess, right?
Yeah. Give me an Arcana. Sorry, I didn't know you were talking to me.
No. I was just I was kind of thinking out loud, and I was like, oh yeah, I guess can I gauge how powerful that is? Is this a rip my face in half or 7 + 6, 13?
You can't really gauge how powerful it was.
Okay.
You're having trouble. You know that, again, the basics, that it emanated from the key, and that it targeted your rat, but that was pretty much a given.
I'm happy to take one for the team and walk through myself. I mean, actually, how long does it take me to?
It might be better. I mean, I don't know if we have one more heal from ribbons or something, because I'm at 42, which isn't that low. But I could try, if we see a pattern, I could try jumping part of it. I'm pretty good at acrobatics, and I could skip a few rows. Hopefully.
Oh, I love this idea.
I know. I could see you smiling. I was like, oh, he can't wait for that roll if we do this.
I love a good roll. You inquired on Ribbon's spell capacity at the moment. He has a singular level 1, a singular level 2, and a singular level 3 spell remaining.
I mean, all right,
So
just
he's
test it. Just see if
almost out of juice, but not quite.
We'll just see if I can get, take one lightning bolt up the noon.
Okay. Anything you're aiming for?
What's a lucky color, guys? Do we see any? Can I roll to see if I can pick out a pattern?
I would just trust the ratty evidence so far. So he started on red, right? And he didn't die?
If we can just find 2 colors, that there is a sequence where you can follow one color for at least 3 tiles, then another color for at least 3 tiles, that'll be a pretty good start, right?
After, we'll say, about 10 minutes of observation, because again, it's just a bunch of colored tiles, so you guys are like trying to, okay, if I go over here, you're trying to map out a pathway. The closest thing that you can find that has the best sort of sequence that begins is 3 green tiles. The first one starting about 3 feet in, so you'd have to give it a slight hop, and then you'd have to do about a 5-foot jump, and then you could step to the next green. So it would get rid of essentially half of the tiles that you would need to stand on.
Would that work though if it's 5 feet between the first and the second green? I mean,
what do you mean?
I mean, because both my feet would have to leave the first green.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know.
Which means that it would probably just go ahead and switch. But maybe it's not. Maybe it is only if you touch another color. Maybe it's not the act of leaving it. Maybe it's the act of touching a different color.
It was the act of touching a different color. As you mentioned that, Mendax, actually, yes. It was when we stepped on the different color that the previous one changed. So
right, but we only tried different colors.
That is true, but it would have changed when Ratty's feet left the previous one, but it felt like it was... I guess it's pretty similar timing. It's hard to differentiate.
Yeah, the timing would be very difficult to decide, but we can only find out one way. So...
Yeah.
I'll keep a healing potion ready just to, splash it on Mendax in case she gets zapped to all hell. Just to be
ready. In my D&D world, you don't throw
potions.
potions. You gotta drink them, okay? None of this throw potion bullshit that you can do in Baldur's Gate.
No,
he's
throwing down. Wow, we're playing hard mode now.
Yeah, you gotta drink. So unless they open their mouth like an M&M and you toss it in there, it ain't happening.
That'd be easy for Mendax.
There's gotta be some kids somewhere who are having a beer, and one's like, "Oh yeah, buy you a beer, buddy," and then they just like smash it on the ground at their friend's feet as a joke right now after playing that game. I'm
like,
sure. That's how you bought you a drink. Like, well, you're like, what is happening right now? What is this reality?
I will also mention, even though it's only a 5-foot jump, it's a 5-foot jump leaving a 1-foot square and hitting another 1-foot square. So I'm just gonna toss that out there.
Feet isn't that bad though.
Yeah,
it certainly isn't that hard.
You can definitely try that. You're very acrobatic, Mendax.
Yeah.
Perhaps though, we don't necessarily need to stay on just one color, right? Or that one. I mean, it is quite a lot of tiles. Yeah, I guess go for it. And
the first time I might get shot by lightning the second my feet leave the first one, and then it won't matter. Okay. All right, we're gonna go for it. I'm gonna go on the first screen.
Let's go, Mendax. Let's go.
Let's go, Mendax. Let's go.
All right, give me an acrobatics check for the first. It's only a 3-foot hop here.
Okay. So the first one is 11 plus 9. So it's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. You very keenly and calmly, sort of dancer's form almost, jump from, or do a quick little bunny hop over from where you're standing now over to this tile. You are standing on the green tile currently.
She's alive!
Being very careful not to move your feet off of this one as you stand there. It's 1 foot is not a lot of space, so you're kind of like tiptoes, right? Ratty is just a tiny little rat.
Bobby feet. So
dainty
petite.
Bobby feet. Yep. You're gonna go for the 5-foot jump now?
I'm going for the 5-foot jump. We're going all the way, and we've got 19 plus 9.
Wow. Okay. Absolutely. Again, in I'm sorry, what was that?
I said, no, I'm not actually trying for a pirouette. I was just talking shit.
I mean, you can if you want to. I'll let you try.
Hell no.
No? Okay, got it.
Nope, I'm gonna take my 19. Be grateful.
Yeah, you gracefully jump from the green tile that you're on and land on the next green tile about 5 feet away. The color does not seem to change yet.
That's a good sign. That's a really good sign.
She's still not dead.
How far is the next green tile?
There's a green tile right next to you.
Okay, still moving towards the key?
Yeah, it's kind of towards the left, but it's getting you closer to the center of the room. You started over towards the right side of the room. You've jumped forward. It's not a direct path that's going straight there, but you're kind of making good progress each time. There's still probably about 10 feet between you and the key currently.
Okay. I'm going to step on the next green tile then.
Okay.
To the next
you do
one.
So.
Then do I see... Are there any further green tiles, or if not, do I see another color that can get me to the platform?
Get you there.
Yeah.
Sure. Adjacent to this green tile is... Give me just a moment. An orange, a red, and a purple tile. But you do not see any other green tiles between you and the pillar until it's right next to the pillar. There's a green tile that's adjacent, kind of sharing a side, if you will, with the pillar. From that perspective, you see that your most likely ability to get to the center here is going to be trying to jump now onto the red tiles. The red tiles going towards the center. There's one that's about 3 feet away from you, and then one that's about an 8-foot jump. Otherwise, it gets pretty difficult to find a path all the way through. Sorry, not an 8-foot jump. I'm sorry, about a 5-foot jump.
Okay,
so
I'm gonna
another
go
5-foot leap.
I'm going for the first red.
Okay. Yeah, give me another acrobatics.
I got a 9 plus a 9.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to gracefully hop over onto this other tile. As you leave the green tile and you're now on the red one, I believe we said, all of the green tiles in the room turn black.
Right. Around, I mean, I'm totally going to go for the next red, but just so I know when I'm looking at the pillar, I know a green was right next to it. Is there a red right next to it as well?
No, the other ones that are right next to it that are facing you are blue and yellow.
Okay, so, oh, gross colors. Michigan colors. Sorry. It's just innate. Okay, so I'm going to go for the next red, the one that's 5 feet away.
Okay.
And we got a 12 plus 9.
Absolutely. You make the jump necessary and land with precision once more. You're on the red tile. You're now about 5 feet away from the pillar itself. Again, there is a blue and a yellow tile that are right up next to it. It looks like you could step onto the blue tiles at this point and have a fairly easy time getting to the center of the pillar. There are no further red tiles leading you to the center of the room.
All right, I guess blue it is then.
Okay. As you step off of the red tile and onto the blue one, all of the red tiles in the room turn black. And you can pretty much walk from the blue tiles now all the way to the center of the room. You have you have to maybe go over 1 or 2 tiles at a time, but you're able to step even. You can keep your foot on one tile and go to the other one for balance. You're now in the center of the room. You're standing on a blue tile, and the key is floating at a relatively just underneath head height. It's about shoulder height.
Okay. Hey Nigel, should I just grab it?
I would love to say I have some sort of magical intuition or knowledge, but your guess is as good as mine here.
Don't get incinerated!
It's gonna fucking zap the shit out of me. Okay.
Are there any strings attaching to it or any physical apparatus?
Yeah, can I do a quick perception check?
Yeah, sure. You don't even really need to, but you can, absolutely.
11 plus 1 is a solid 12.
That's a big 12.
Yeah, there's sort of, again, like a beacon of light
big 12.
that's illuminating this key in the center of the room. There are no strings or anything attached to it, no. It's just levitating there. As if suspended in the light itself. It seems almost that the dust and sort of specks from the room are held in place there as well.
Oh, interesting. I wonder... What do I have in my bag? I'm like, can I just... No, I shouldn't knock it off. Fuck it. I feel like I'm just going to grab for it.
Okay. You reach out, and as your hand sort of pierces the veil, the wall of light that's there, nothing happens, and you grab the key.
Son of a bitch. I honestly thought... Oh, fuck off! Totally got me. All right.
Okay. You're now in the center of the room with the key standing on a blue tile.
The tiles haven't changed back. They're still, the black tiles are still black, right?
Yes.
All right.
Should she go all the way across
on the way out.
Yeah, I feel like I have to go all the way across at this point. I feel like only unlocking the door would be a shot of... Or I've got to get zapped with it in my hand. But will that return the key? Or will the key come back with me?
Don't get incinerated!
Or will I just die, and then my body will be here on top of the key, surrounded by black tiles, and you'll never get it?
Go across and let it reset, and then we'll try to go after you. I don't think it's wise to come back. You'll get stuck.
And because the door is still deeper on the tiles, right? We can't get to the door without going through the tiles.
Yeah, you have to go through the tiles.
Yeah.
Yep.
You got this, Mendax. You've still got like at least 4 colors, right?
We've got at least purple. I'm still on blue. So we have blue and purple and yellow and orange.
Yep.
Yeah, so 4 colors.
Yep. From where you are, if you need to kind of get around the pillar, you're gonna have to make another jump to a blue tile. if you're trying to go into the direction of the door. This one is about 7 feet away, or if you want to step onto one of the other colored tiles, you can try to do so. The blue tile that's 7 feet away is kind of at a diagonal angle from where the pillar. So the pillar is kind of blocking your path as well.
If I were to switch to one of the other colors, is there one in particular that might get me a couple jumps?
It's getting very difficult to make just like a solid path through, especially if you eliminate all of the blue tiles. Right. But from purple, yellow, and orange, it seems like orange might be the one that is the least difficult path currently, at least for a little while. And you're no longer going to be able to really make a straight shot to the door. You're going to kind of have to wind around a little bit.
Right. Shit.
So you can try for the blue tile. Or
I feel like I could still make a 7 foot.
It's not the jump necessarily that's going to be difficult. It's the fact that the pillar's kind of in the way. No, the pillar's sort of in the way of your jump.
Is the pillar technically on a colored tile?
There's no tile for the pillar.
Do you think I should climb on the pillar?
Do we have 4 pairs of spider gloves?
Shit. Am I wearing spider gloves or did they give them to you?
Because we need you to do moves that we can all do, by the way. No showing off. Ribbons has to do this too. As a reminder.
Unless it all turns normal once the door is unlocked.
Yeah, it might be deactivated.
It might. I think we should play it safe.
Okay.
Don't get incinerated.
Well, the thing is, you guys, unless it resets, you will definitely not be able to follow.
Yeah, I will be honest, if that was your plan, having Ash go first was probably not a good idea. If you need someone to, like, jump 10 feet at a time.
Go on there, Ribbons.
All right, here we go. Yeah, I mean, you don't know what's going to happen.
Okay. Orange or blue team?
Doesn't matter unless you see a route. If you look ahead.
No. I mean, orange would be easiest at the moment, but then I would lose all blue, so then I'd only have 2 colors left to go. But if I get one more jump with blue, then at least that takes... It's 7 feet away. That takes a really good amount of time. I mean, I have to go around a bit, but that does take a good amount of distance out of the equation.
I think you should take whatever lowers the distance in the equation, for Ribbon's sake.
Nigel, what did you vote? Right now, I'm leaning towards jumping to blue.
How far is the jump again?
7
feet. Pillar is blocking her direct jump, though. It's not just an open air jump. You kind of gonna have to.
I'd probably have to
be a bit more cat-like in order to get this one.
I mean, you have the spider gloves on, right?
I don't know if I have them. If I gave them away. I thought.
I don't think you have them. I believe Carl has them.
That's to say, I thought I gave them to Carl. I don't remember why, but he was doing something with climbing, and so I gave him the spider gloves. Yeah, I don't have them anymore. I think Carl has them.
I would say we could just throw them to you, but...
Oh, wait. No, I do. Well, they're still in my backpack. Maybe I'm just not wearing them.
I do not have them.
Did we just not do it? I thought I gave them, but maybe I got them back? I mean, they're in my backpack inventory, so...
If his inventory is empty and yours has it...
Then you have it.
Okay, I'm going to pop those spider gloves on.
All right.
I say go for it. Use the pillar as the intermediary.
But if the... But if the pillar... If that counts as leaving the color, then I've completely fucked this whole half.
It hasn't gone black until you activate it.
Another color, it'll be fine. Because if you think about it, you've been jumping from color to color. And when you're in midair, you're not touching either.
That's
and yet
true.
It doesn't change.
Okay, we're going to try to get on top of the pillar to give myself a better shot at the blue.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, it's not a... It's like a 4-foot tall pillar, so you can definitely just climb on top of it if you... Yeah.
Yes,
if
I
you
would like
want
to just climb on top of it to give me a better shot at the blue tile.
Okay, how are you? Are you like just holding yourself up? Or are you gonna like stand on top of the pillar and like try to assess the situation, or what? What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of like pop myself up and then kind of kneel, crouch, to stay more stable, and then assess what colors I can see from there.
Okay. As your feet sort of touch the top of the pillar and you stand up, all of the blue tiles turn black in the room.
Oh, shit biscuit. Okay, well, orange was still pretty good, so I guess now the answer is orange.
Okay. From your vantage point, you can get advantage on trying to jump to the nearest orange tile. I'll give you the choice. There's one that's sort of off to the side and it seems relatively doable. It's about 6 feet away. There is an orange tile that's 10 feet away that is way closer to the door. If you would like to try for that one instead, up to you.
I feel like I've got to go with the 10-foot one, since I have advantage, and I have a +9.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I'm going for the 10-foot.
Okay, give me an acrobatics check.
Well, my first one is a nat 20.
Alright, not bad. 29.
And my second one is a 7, so yes, let's go with 29.
All right. Even pushing your expertise to the edge, you reach deep and are able to stick the landing, as it would be. For a moment, kind of whirlwinding the arms so you don't fall back. But still, even still, you're able to keep yourself firmly planted on the orange tile.
You guys, I think I just peed a little bit.
Ribbons, you're gonna need to do that next.
He just kind of nods resolutely. Okay. Sure.
Oh, thank God for that advantage. I mean, I guess the 20 came first, but I don't think the 7 would have been enough.
Okay. If you would like to stay on the orange tile, yes. The next one is a 8-foot jump from where you are, but that will bring you to the end of the room.
Okay.
If you would like to move to a yellow or purple tile, there is a yellow tile that is 4 feet away from you and a purple tile that is 6 feet away from you.
Are there any yellows or purples that would get me to the door then after those?
No, you would need to jump straight from that tile to the edge. So it'd be a series of, I believe I said for the yellow, a 5-foot jump, for the purple, a 6, and then a 5 and a 6-foot jump respectively to the end of the room.
Okay, so gotcha. Oh, so it doesn't just, the door doesn't hit the tiles. There's like a space and then a door.
Correct.
Okay. I feel like maybe playing this one a bit safer then, since we're right at the end and not going for the 8-foot.
All right.
Because, like I said, I just peed a bit, and definitely feeling like a little bit heavier in the pants now because of that. So I think we're going to go for, let's go for the 6-foot jump first, and then we'll try to make a 5-foot after.
Okay, so I think I said 6 foot was for the yellow tile. It doesn't incredibly matter which one, but yeah. So for the yellow tile, we'll say 6 feet away, and then a 5-foot jump afterwards.
Yes.
Go ahead and give me an acrobatics. Some stellar rolling tonight there.
I mean, it's really not. It's not too hard to do it with a +9. I mean, +9 really helped. Yeah. But I did get a 19.
And a 20.
All right then. Fine. Yeah, you easily jump from the orange tile onto the yellow one. As you do, the orange tiles all turn black in the room. There is only yellow and purple remaining now. There is a 5-foot jump between you and the door, like the space between the door and the end of the room and the door. And give me I'm assuming a jump to that.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna step on the black tile. No kidding. Joke.
If you want to, go ahead.
And I got an 18 +9.
Easy.
All right. Where are you for the perception rolls? Where?
Fantastic. As you jump off of the yellow tile, all of the yellow tiles in the room turn to black tiles. So there are only purple tiles remaining. You are now at the end of the room. You're at the door.
All right, I'm gonna shove that key right in the hole. Just
okay.
Pop it in the hole.
Fantastic. The key does not fit, and with that, we'll take our mid-session break for now.
What? All right. Good moves by Mendax.
Smooth jumping, though. Well done.
Oh, I'm so pissed right now.
Wow.
Troll dungeon.
Excellent jumping skills. Good luck to Ribbons, who's going to have to do this when we get back, ladies and gentlemen. We return in a few moments with Wayfarers.
Microphone engaged. Audio engaged.
What's a whip?
Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with Wayfarers after the intermission. The team woke up a very sleepy and super dead centaur whose eyes were glowing, and Call gave him his spear back, and the team walked through into the next room, which was rainbows of color, of danger and incineration. Ratty, we'll have to check on him later, but he got zapped. But Mendax was able to expertly move on the correct colors, alternating all the way to the end of the room. And we continue as she puts the key by the door in Wayfarers.
Oh, welcome back, everybody. Yeah, that's it. Mendax, you were at the door, and you go to sort of use the key, and it kind of fits in the lock, but it definitely is not like a perfect fit, and you can tell like this key doesn't go to this door.
Oh, son of a bitch. Can I just try the door to see if it's open?
Yeah.
Okay, I'd like to try the door.
Okay, it is open.
You guys didn't even need the bloody key for this door! Just yelling to my parties.
Yeah, no, I got that.
See what's in there. Go take a look.
Alright, well, I open the door. I want to just kind of peek my head around the corner just a bit. Don't want to go charging in, but
sure.
See if I can't get a sense of what's in there.
Yeah, it looks like the door opens up into a hallway that goes to the right and to the left. You don't peek your head around far enough, but you can see to the right that there is a sort of blue, soft light that is sort of radiating off of the wall closest to you. So if you were to turn towards the right, it would be on the right wall. You can see that the color is sort of splashing on the other wall.
I'm just gonna turn back and yell, "It's a hallway!"
Is it a magical hallway or a regular hallway?
I mean, the hallway looks pretty normal, but there's some blue light.
Is it pretty or is it not pretty?
I mean, I've definitely seen uglier light. I don't know that I'd write home about this one particularly, but it's all right.
All right, fair enough.
6 out of 10.
Should we come across now?
Do you think you can make it on those tiles?
So you only have the purple ones remaining. All the other tiles are black.
Maybe if you step just inside the doorway and it resets, we can join you one at a time.
Okay, yeah, we'll try that. I'm gonna step inside the doorway all the way.
Sure, absolutely. Nothing changes.
Should I shut the door?
Maybe. I don't know.
I mean, it was already unlocked.
Yeah, maybe give it a go and then open it back up after 5 seconds and we'll tell you if it changes anything.
Okay, I'd like to do that. Shut the door for 5 seconds and try to open it back up.
Sure. Yeah, you shut the door. Nothing changes in the room. The tiles remain the colors that they are. You reopen it after 5 seconds and they continue to be that.
There's no other doors in this room except where we came from behind us in the centaur room, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, correct.
It's a circle. We came in, it was crappy, dirty rocks around the centaur door. There's the tiles leading into this other door. The key controls the lightning as well as the tiles. It's linked. It's not for this door.
Nope.
And the lightning shot from the pedestal, right?
Yep.
It shot from the key.
From the pedestal key region.
Oh, do you think it could still shoot lightning if there's no key on it?
We don't know until we test it. Ratty, where are you? Can you summon him again?
It'll take an hour and 10 minutes. I mean,
well, go take a nap. Good night, Nigel. Make a pillow.
Do we see any bugs or anything that we could, like, toss onto it?
Mendax, you've got the key.
I've got the key, yes.
Okay, I'm just going to test if it still suppresses my magic. I'm going to well up some magic again for a bonfire and then cancel it if I feel anything.
Yes, you feel the same sort of pressure of magic building back up, and it seems to be emanating from the spot where the key used to be.
I can still feel my magic being counted in some way but it's from the pedestal, not from the key itself. Is there There's not like a keyhole on the pedestal, is there, that we could have put that in and deactivated this whole thing, is there?
I mean, if only you checked that at the time.
You
certainly didn't see one when you went over there.
Shit.
And I'd be a real dick if I put one of those over there, you know what I mean?
Oh, then there's definitely one there. All right. Well,
Carl,
we don't know if the
any ideas as well? You've been awfully
chime
quiet.
in.
I know I told you to kind of chill before and not run up and grab anything, but you've been observing this all.
Yeah, well, we basically, at least for me, it seemed like the first room was a temptation, and I don't know if maybe that's the trial, really, that's at hand here. It's not that we need to acquire things as we go, but maybe that we need to let something go to advance, and it's testing us in some way. I don't know who built this. Someone built this trap, and they thought it was a good idea at the time, because it was going to test you in some way. And Mendax made it all the way across, but it won't change back, so clearly it's not satisfied with what happened so far.
Or maybe wherever this key does go, if it's not a keyhole back on the pedestal, it could change things. Or if it just changes after the wrong color is hit, then if someone else were on your side,
if we set it off, I can try. I'll skim a rock. Just stand clear. I'll skim a rock onto one of the black tiles.
So you're just gonna chuck a rock on one of them?
Yep, just chuck a 1 pound rock onto one of them.
Yeah, you find a sizable rock of some sort and toss it into the center of the room where onto one of the black tiles. Sort of you aim for a grouping of a bunch of them. It hits one of the black tiles. Doesn't seem to have any effect. The rock sort of clatters and breaks into little small pieces as it hits the tile, just from the force of the drop.
I mean,
I
I
want
could
to just step on the tile and see what happens.
I could go ahead and see if I can't find anything else.
If you want to, but investigate very carefully. Like, make sure you sneak very carefully. We don't want to get separated.
Well, the anti-magic effect of it was still functioning even after the key was gone, so the zapping could still be there. Do you remember if the zapping came from the key or the pedestal?
He said it came from, like, the area of both of them. So, can't pinpoint one or the other, but definitely that space.
All right.
If it were to happen again and you watch for it, you could probably pinpoint where it's coming from.
If it
But
were
at
to
the time that it happened, you weren't really paying attention or knowing that was going to occur, so you didn't really think to,
Could I potentially? How far is the distance between the open door and the tiles?
Probably about a few feet, not very much.
Well, do you think it'd be possible for me to, or do you think I should step on one of the black tiles and then dive inside the door before the lightning, because it welled up and then zapped, and that should hopefully be enough time for me to go tippity tap dive.
Cassius Mendax Clay, turn the light off, was in the bed before the room went dark, eh?
I feel like at this point, one of us is going to have to, if we want to stay together, one of us is going to have to step on a black tile. And the options are let it hit you, and we don't know how powerful it is, but we know that it's supposed to be, defensive against magical people, so it would probably fuck you up pretty good, Nigel.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely feel it might just shoot lightning at me if I cast a spell. I mean, obviously try to dodge it, but be prepared to not succeed. It's unlikely that you will dodge lightning.
Expect a great deal of pain. It will feel like burning throughout your whole body. So just...
Let me see.
You have experience getting hit by lightning, Carl?
I don't know. I've been zapped a good few times, kind of blurs together.
Well, I mean,
would this
being
technically
electrocuted
count
so many times?
Would this technically count as something? If it does, we don't know. If it's not just you're dead. If it is something that does damage because I can see it, would I still get uncanny dodge?
Read me what uncanny dodge does.
So uncanny dodge is when an attacker that you can see hits you with an attack, you can use your reaction to halve the attack's damage against you.
Yeah, if it does damage, sure.
In the
I
same
didn't like
note,
the
would
way
that
you
work
phrased
if she
that.
was on the headsman's block?
What's
Could
that?
Could she uncanny dodge like a beheading? Like
I
on a
feel like if
headsman's-
I was like turned my head up,
Yeah,
but
if she
you know,
could turn her head to the side.
yeah, if they put me in the guillotine upside down or they put me on the block just face up, I know you're
Come
gonna
on, then.
watch this, bitch.
Poke your head down like a cat poking its head in and out of like a paper bag or something.
Well, the very nature of the name Uncanny Dodge would assume you can move somewhat. So if you are unable to move, I would say no, you cannot Uncanny Dodge.
Lame.
If you're not,
I mean,
Okay.
I would. It's like one of those super giga niche scenarios nobody thinks about until like the DM is posed with that question. Can I have the damage of a fucking guillotine coming down on my neck if I see it?
All right, so I'm cheering for you, Mendax.
okay, I think
in
we
you.
have to go with it. I think
All
that's.
right.
I mean, I've got 42, which is more than Carl has right now by 2 points. So, got the highest health and a potential chance. Maybe I'll get a saving throw or something. We'll see. I think I've got to go for it.
All right. What are you doing?
Okay, so I'm going to make sure the door is all the way open.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go to the nearest black tile and just barely touch it with, like, I'm already ready to spring back through the door. So I'm just going to touch it ever so slightly with the toe.
Okay.
And then dive for the door. Just,
You're gonna.
I'm
Got
going to right for the door.
Running
for the door. Got it.
instantly.
Go on,
Okay.
Just,
15 milliseconds, let's go.
come on.
You tap your foot onto the black tile. Before your toe even has a chance to leave, a crackling bolt of lightning just essentially appears for almost like a single frame, if we were watching a movie, if you will. It just,
Oh, God damn it.
from the center of the pillar. Nigel and Carl, you all were watching. You can see it. It's going from actually like the pillar of light that's in the center. It almost looks like for a moment the light intensifies and like coalesces into a beam that shoots out. Mendax, what is the 8th item in your inventory?
No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's a book!
Okay. The book in your inventory gets essentially disintegrated into nothing.
It's not that
Do you
bad.
want to know what the book was? I mean,
What was it?
Mendax doesn't really care. She's never going to read it. It was probably there for excess toilet paper, if I'm being honest. I guess it... Oh, no, never mind. It doesn't say what it is. It just says what it might contain. It's not a spell book. It could have been historical accounts, information pertaining to a particular field of law, diagrams and notes on gnomish contraptions, Or just about anything else that can be representing using text or pictures.
Do you think it's a romance novel?
What in the world did you pick this up? When did you get this?
I think this was just I think this spawned with this. Like, I think it's basic.
Oh, you just have, like, this is your level 1 created the character, here's a book. That you don't know. It's one of those things when you move from state to state, from house to house, you always pack up the same thing over and over, and it's traveled with you hundreds and hundreds of miles, but you've never once used it.
Honestly, now, I'm pretty sure I foraged it from something somewhere, thinking it would probably be worthwhile, and then it turned out to be a useless, like, I don't know, dictionary.
Now it has been essentially atomized into nothingness. You feel your pack sort of shift around as the sudden disappearance of this piece of equipment.
Well, I'm really glad it didn't. Well, actually, there wasn't a whole lot right around that, so that's okay. Could have got me clothes though. That would have been awkward.
Yikes.
Oh yeah, I actually have that exact same book. I didn't even.
Do you have the same book? Okay, so yeah, it must have just been level 1.
Book
starting
gear,
adventurer's gear.
Adventuring gear, yeah.
You're supposed to, I'm sure, be like, oh, this is a book from my childhood. My parents gave this to me. Or like, my mentor set me off with this book. No, you all just have a book. You named your dog Dog. That's what you have right now.
I have one tarnished silver ring.
Who knows what it's from? Who knows what it is? Anyways. That's what happens when your foot leaves touches the black tile.
Okay. You guys, it obliterated a book I've never read out of my backpack.
I told you you'd warm up to literature sooner or later.
Well, warm up is an understatement because I'm pretty sure it's just ash.
Yeah, well, it's better it than you, right?
I mean, it is, but
Don't get incinerated.
I hope you guys don't have things in your pack that you really care about.
Well, if it was the 8th item in my pack, let's just say Goop wouldn't listen to us anymore because it would have been the black magic stone that controls him. So
don't roll an 8 again.
You know, I never read that book before.
No, you never will.
Now I'm kind of wondering what it was. Like, maybe I should have opened the cover.
As you go to recall, you think that somebody gave you this book and was really enthusiastic about it and was like, you're going to love this. It's going to change your life. And you always meant to read it one day, but it's always just kind of been there on the shelf or in your book bag. And now you'll never read it. You don't even know what it was about.
It could have been a really good romance novel.
You know what? That book was heavy, and you carried that all this way for some reason, and that probably helped you jump. So I want to give it up for the book who helped Mendax train to be able to jump like crazy. Good job.
That's right. The additional weight was really...
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good for developing the quads and my glutes, my jumping muscles.
It wasn't about the words, it was about the weight. Love to see it.
Honestly, it's probably a fucking journal. Something stupid and boring.
Who knows, really? Could have
In
been
any case...
super powerful runes.
I never fucking opened the book. Nigel, open your book before it's too late.
Read it, for God's sake.
Oh, I do still have the Earthworms and Where to Find Them, volumes 1 to 6. I never got through to finishing them, so...
Bumblemore McStumblefumble.
Fantastic series. I'll have to read them sooner rather than later. Thankfully, I am a hoarder, so I do have a certain amount of protection to this sort of obstacle. There's just as much chance it'll take out a jar filled with toenails as anything else.
Okay, so, yeah, I don't know how else we're going to get across then, because it doesn't kill...
It hasn't reset even after that?
No, yeah, it's still... All the tiles are still black, except for the purple ones.
What is this?
Some shit!
Mendax,
this is why everyone goes with wood balls now.
Give me a perception roll.
Okay. Oh, come on. I swear to Christ, if you go back to falls after rolling so well tonight.
It's the loot vacuum room.
It's a 14 plus 1.
All right, 15. In the hallway, you hear the slight whir and click of machinery that has been faint. But in your heightened adrenaline sense, you kind of heightened listening, and you can hear this now.
You guys, I think I hear something in the hallway. I'm going to check it out. Sounds like a machine.
Be careful. Sneak. Make sure you're not trapped or caught by anyone.
We'll just hang out over here and wait.
Okay, I'm going to very stealthily minded make my way towards the sound.
I'm gonna
I'll
leave.
start summoning Ratty just in case we get stuck apart, and
just in case it's another hour.
If it goes for an hour, I'm happy to interrupt the ritual if needed.
Got it.
I just wanted to lead the group in a moment of meditation, just for any items that we may need to give up on this passage. All things can be replaced. It's important that we have each other, so look at your things in your pack and just take a moment for them before we walk across.
Not all things. Sometimes we have an attuned cloak that gives you +1 AC, and then you never see it again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Never forget.
Sometimes you have a... You had a scythe in the beginning of the game, Call? Was that right?
It was a
No,
halberd.
what was it? You had a halberd.
It was a very nice, shiny halberd.
I had a very nice original rapier as well.
Mm-hmm.
It turned out it wasn't lava resistant.
No.
Neither was my rapier. They really should do something about that when they're designing weapons.
What should I do if my weapon falls in the lava?
Just get a new one.
It's true.
It's just normal men.
Yep.
Okay. You give me a stealth check.
I have the +9. All right, so 9 + 9, 18.
Okay. You're quite stealthy. You melt into the shadows. You have a hard time even seeing your own hands and feet as you're moving along in the darkness. You move towards the location of the sound, which you can tell is coming from that faint blue light that you saw earlier. It's about 10 feet down the hall, and as you approach it, you can see it's some large machinery that's been pressed into the wall. There are cables and gems and sort of different crystals that are lining the outside of this. They are, it seems like, suspended in space with purple energy kind of flowing in between them all. It seems to be powering the mechanism, though you're not really sure. You have absolutely no idea how magic or machinery really functions. The center of it looks to be a type of clock face with a key in the very center. There's a keyhole there, and one singular arrow that comes. So the very center, there's a keyhole, and then there's an arrow that pops off like one of the clock hands, essentially. But instead of numbers on this clock, there are colors. You can see currently there is one color that is illuminated, and that is purple.
Okay. I'm going to stick the key in the hole.
You do so, and it fits perfectly. What if I just, for a moment, for the briefest moment, I just wanted to be like, it doesn't fit. But I will...
Two in a row, two in a row.
2 in a row. Whoa, crazy puzzle.
Didn't you guys see the moss-covered rock in the corner of the room? You're meant to pick that up, turn it upside down, take the cobwebs, wrap them up,
Duh.
and then you stick the key in your armpit, and obviously it deactivates the tiles.
No, the key does indeed fit into this
It
color
works,
clock,
it works.
color wheel, if you will. And as you turn the key, the hand of the clock turns with it. There's sort of these solid blocks of color selection. Currently, it is on the orange one, which is at the top right, and that it begins to illuminate as well. Back in the room, all of the orange tiles reappear once more. But you don't see that, Ashley, obviously. You don't know.
Okay.
You can probably correlate the two, but that's...
Yeah.
You don't technically.
Could I roll for intelligence?
No, we'll say you figure this is related to the trap.
Okay. All right. So now it's just orange.
No, it's purple and orange.
And orange. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. Like, let's light up all the colors.
Okay. As you turn it, are you going to counterclockwise or clockwise?
Which direction did I already start turning it?
It began when you activated it. It was just sitting on orange. So.
Oh, okay.
You didn't turn it yet.
Let's go clockwise.
Okay. You begin to continue turning the key. You can hear and almost feel the resistance as there is some sort of whirring machinery in the background of this clock. You can feel the gears turning and almost like a palpable electricity of magic energy radiating from this device. As it turns, it clicks over to the red section. The orange tile fades into sort of an unlit fashion, and now the red tile is lit up. The room that you all are in reflects that change. The orange tiles turn black again, and the red tiles light back up.
Can I try it counterclockwise back to orange?
Yes, and you are able to do so as you would expect.
Do the reds stay lit up?
No.
Motherfuck. Okay. So it's like a clock, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 4 again. 5 colors. No, 6 colors. Right, 6 colors on it.
Yep.
Does it look like there's any other markers on the face? Like, I should say, where was orange in terms of a clock?
In the top right.
So
So
top right,
at
like
1 o'clock.
1 o'clock.
Yep.
Okay, so in back. Can I keep going counterclockwise then to get it back to kind of the noon?
Okay, noon is yellow. If you want to quickly write these down, I could just tell you what they are.
Oh, okay, yes, I do actually. Thank you.
Sure.
Okay.
Let me know when you're ready.
Noon is yellow. I'm ready.
Yep. 1 o'clock is orange. 4 o'clock is red. 6 o'clock is purple. 8 o'clock is blue. And 10 o'clock is green.
Okay. It's not
Purple
very...
seems to be lit up no matter what you do.
Oh, okay, so purple has stayed lit up.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to go back to the door and just kind of holler this information across.
Sure.
To my
You head
smarter
back to the
impatient.
door. As you go to that room, you can see that all the yellow tiles are lit up in that room on the floor. It's just,
Okay.
confirming your suspicion of what happened. And you relay what you saw.
All right, guys. There's a machine with a clock and a key, and it's controlling the colors on the floor. It seems that purple is going to stay lit no matter what I do. But every other time I turn the key to another color, that color comes on, but only one color at a time, in addition to purple.
Hmm.
Did you try turning both ways on the key?
I did. I went clockwise first to red, and then I think the red came on. And then I went counterclockwise back to orange, and then back again counterclockwise, and that's how we ended up at yellow.
What a peculiar system.
What if you alternated? You activated one clockwise and then the other counterclockwise.
I think that's how I tried it the first time, because I went clockwise and then counterclockwise back.
And so we've kind of witnessed one extra color coming on, then turning off, one extra
Yep.
color coming on and turning off as well.
Yes.
Okay.
Exactly mirroring what Mendax has turned on the clock.
Well, as long as purple's always on, we can use that as a sort of safe point while Mendax turns on a different color whenever we're stuck. So we can start with, say, red or whichever color, move a little bit, get to a safe purple point, and then change it to a different color to use that to get to the next purple point, change it to another color, right?
So long as purple always stays on. Purple may only just be staying on because that's the last one that I touched.
Indeed.
Oh, wait, no. Yellow was the last one that I touched.
Yeah, you never touch the purples, otherwise they'd be deactivated.
Oh, that's right. So the purples might deactivate once you leave them anyway. But I could turn another color on before you leave them. But you
We
would...
can try to come across all at once as well, potentially, though. I don't know if we'll be able to squeeze.
It's a 1
by
foot
1
square, yeah.
You could probably fit 2 people standing on that if they're hugging each other, but it's going to be hard to get.
You might have to be inside each other.
Well, we don't all...
Right on their shoulders. He's right on his shoulders. It's a 15-foot ceiling. The perception check is coming back into play.
Because we already have the key from the middle, we don't need to take the shortest rush across. We can all just make some progress across and communicate to each other what color we need next to jump on. So purple is safe,
But
at least as
you
far as we
wouldn't
know.
You wouldn't know what color is going to come up next to you. Do you know what I mean? Because
You could holler it to us. You say, okay, I'm going to turn it on to red, people.
Oh.
So everyone get
No,
ready to go.
I mean, you wouldn't know which colors were surrounding your tiles because
Oh,
they would
true,
all be
'cause they're
black.
Oh, right.
So you would know what color you needed. I would just be cycling through colors.
Right.
All right, we're going full nerd school on this. I start drawing up a grid on a piece of paper. I pull out my quill,
Yeah, okay.
and I'm
Are
like,
you
okay.
using a page from the book?
Absolutely.
I love it.
I use a page from the book. I get my quill out, and I'm just like, okay. I set up a little makeshift desk, and just on the ground or whatever, and I just basically start mapping out the tiles and mapping which colors there, and then asking Mendax to kind of change the color until I have a map of where all the tile colors are.
Sure. We'll just say you guys do this because certainly that is within your realm of possibility. It might take a long time. It probably takes you about an hour to
Ooh, Ratty's back then.
note everything. Well, he'd have to spend a full hour
Oh,
doing
that's
that.
right.
How
that's
long
right.
is a short rest?
A
hours.
short rest is 4 hours, yeah. Which, if you guys want to extend it out into a short rest, that's
Can
fine
Carl
with me.
get like inspiration from a catnap or something? Because he's like just.
Oh no,
chilling.
sorry.
He's got
Short
nothing
rest
to
is only 1 hour. Yeah, no, it's
Oh,
1 hour.
nice.
do. Can he do a short rest on his own since Carl's napping while we're doing this?
Short rest, it's considered so if you don't do anything extraneous. Right now, you're really just doing like book work, so it's not really super intense. So you guys can short rest, and during that time, you can try log this down. So you can gain the benefits of short rest. Heal yourself using hit dice. You can regain any of your lost spells that that come back with a short rest. There's actually a short rest button on the on your character sheets as
I
well.
don't
and
think
that
I
can...
get spells back with a short rest. Let's check. I forget.
So you have a thing called Arcane Recovery, which is a feature that allows you to potentially gain. So you can gain up to a combined level of 4. So that means you could regain 1 level 4 spell slot, 1 level 3 and 1 level 1, 2 level 2s, 4 level 1s, any mixture of that adds up to 4. Every short rest. But you do not regain all of your spell slots, no.
Oh yeah, it's so funny. I use that in BG, but I've never used that in this whole campaign.
I think I only give... Yeah, my rages are long rest, not short.
Yeah.
Thank you, Baldur's Gate, for teaching me how to play my class.
As they're writing down the colors, I'm going to be focusing on the battlefield and like seeing how far we would need to step for each one, thinking about ribbons. Like, all right, we need to plan out paths for ourselves that aren't Mendax's crazy jumps, because maybe I can't do that, maybe Nigel can't do that. We need to be careful.
You find that this is much more obvious now as you are looking. There's about anywhere from 5 to 6 feet between each of the same color, so long as they're still active, relatively. You can, as Nigel finishes logging this down, he finds a path that can get you through, we'll say, in about 6 jumps, using sometimes the purple tiles to bring you to another color. And those are going to be anywhere from 3 to 5 feet jumps each. We'll actually go with 3. You make this plan with we'll say Ribbons and yourself in mind, Nigel. You guys don't think you can jump a 5-foot distance and land perfectly on a 1 square thing, so you try not to make any of them more than 3 feet. It might take some time, but you find a route that seems to accompany that. The only thing is with this route, there is 1 jump that you have to do that's about 6 feet across.
So is that 5 3-feet jump and 1 6-foot?
Yes.
Okay. Okie dokie. All right. Well, I think that's doable. The 1 6-foot jump will not be easy, but it's possible. Now, should we do this one at a time, or should we try to all go at the same time? Because if we all go at the same time and it turns black, we're all gonna get zapped simultaneously.
It doesn't hurt us, though. It just takes an item, so no one needs to panic about getting killed. Just be ready to make way with whatever items are in your bag. They could be taken at random.
That may have been a stroke of luck. We don't necessarily know it targets items. It may just be because Mendax was doing it. She was already facing away, ready to run away from the room. So, yes.
Do you
Make
think
sure
the
your
book was a
bags
tome of
are-
magic absorption?
Oh, maybe. It definitely became a tome of magic absorption. It disintegrated in the process.
If it wasn't,
unfortunately.
yeah, if it wasn't when it started, it definitely ended up that way.
Make sure your packs are oriented towards the pillar, though. That way there's a higher chance of them absorbing. Okay. Should we go all at once then?
Sure.
Looking at this and kind of going over it all in your head, you're not sure that you guys could do it all at once based on the tiles you have to have active. Certainly
Okay.
3 of you could not fit in a 1-foot cube. And if you
of
have to
course.
make 3-foot jumps, then it's going to be very hard for 2 of you even to make that.
But the
It's going to be
question-
difficult for 1 person to do it, to be honest.
I feel
but-
like how many tiles across are there?
It is a 30-foot diameter, so there's 30 tiles across.
They should be able to. I mean, theoretically, they could all go, but they wouldn't be on the same tile. They just have to all be on the same color and moving to the next same color.
We'll just say for the ease of this, because without drawing diagrams and things like that, that is not possible to have people lagging behind. You'll need to turn it to certain colors in order for you to progress forward. Essentially, if you have to you'd have to turn it to a different color for 1 person while somebody else is still on one of the previous colored tiles.
No, they would all have to move at the same time. Like if they all say they start on purple, right? So there's 3 of them on purple, and we go.
First
Okay,
of all, that's probably not possible.
okay. Well,
to
if
all
that's
start
not
on
like
purple.
okay, if they can't all start on the same color, then it's nullified. But it's like if they can
Nigel
all
would
start
have
on the
to-
same
yeah,
color, they could soon move their way
You know
around.
what? I'll put it this way. Nigel, you could potentially figure out a way for 3 people to cross at the same time. It will take you the rest of the day in order to figure out a path. Like you will have to figure out mathematical formula to like essentially break
Yeah.
this down and
Not
figure
worth
out
it.
like
It'd be-
how to do it.
yeah.
So
Faster
if you
do it
want
one at a
to, you
time.
probably could, but it'll be hard.
That's all right. We'll go one at a time. Who wants to go next? Should we send ribbons?
Okay.
Well, Ribbons,
Alright.
as a reminder, you may lose some items in your pack. Keep your pack pointed toward the center thing in the room at all times, and we will be guiding you with Mendax about where to jump next.
Yeah. I assume Nigel is just going to shout out the next color to turn it to.
Yeah.
I imagine that's how you
I'll
guys
be
are
there with
proceeding.
my grid. We're not going to be giving that to the person climbing across.
Oh god, that would be so great. That's like the last inventory slot. It just dissolves the map halfway through.
Oh my god, no!
yeah.
Don't even
Good
joke
moment.
about
All
it.
right.
Guys, I may have done a doo-doo.
I fucked up. Well, keep in mind,
Was
one
at that
person is gonna
moment.
have to travel with the map. So
Yeah.
just gonna throw that out.
Last person across.
Last person. Okay, you want Ribbons to go first, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So we'll say again, I'm not gonna shout out every single color that you do. He starts on yellow, so you Mendax turn it to yellow. And the next tile he has to hop to is a purple one. So this is actually you guys testing that theory of do the purple ones stay there or not. Because I don't believe you guys confirmed that. Correct?
Correct.
Okay. So Ribbons has to hop to the purple tile. It's about 3 feet away. Ribbons' old bones and frail form, he kind of gets himself ready and squats down a little bit.
Let's go, Ribbons, let's go.
Go.
And he jumps forward about 1.5 feet and hits one of the black tiles. And that lightning bolt zaps him. And one of his favorite rocks from his pocket gets disintegrated as he gets blasted back and falls back onto the yellow tile.
Okay. No.
Sorry, Ribbons.
Sorry. That's okay.
We've got poor Ribbons. I'm so sorry about your rock.
You are physically capable of making the 6-foot jump, even though it'll be difficult, right?
Oh, I mean...
If we're going one at a time, why is he...
No. Definitely not.
If we're going one at a time, why is he jumping? Why can't I just change it to the color that's directly in front of him each time?
So if you were to do that, you could. That's possible. You would have to time it from 40 feet away from when he's jumping in order to switch it quickly enough to the next color.
Couldn't he just stay on one and then... That's
Correct,
true.
but imagine...
He'd have to step.
He'd have to be in the air, ready to land on whatever the next color is as you turn it.
Why would he have to jump? Why couldn't, if it was the one right in front of it?
Because let's say it's yellow and then red, right?
Yes.
As he's stepping onto the red one, so like he's on yellow, gonna step on red, you turn it to red. Red is now active, and yellow is gone. It's now a black tile.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah,
So
because I'm turning
instant,
it black.
as soon as yes. Only one other color other than purple at the moment can be activated at the time.
Okay.
Ribbons shuffles back to his side. Sorry, I'm not as spry as I used to be in my formative years. I don't know if I can try again, but I'll be honest with you, that was a pretty good jump for me.
Should I just smash the machine?
Just you weigh, Ribbons.
Yeah, just that you let me know what you want me to do, Nigel, and I'll try.
I'm simply thinking for out-of-the-box magical solutions. Unfortunately, you are too large to catapult.
Oh, certainly. Ribbons weighs probably like 85 pounds.
Oh, he's big for a gobbler. Oh, wow.
I mean, he's not really. He's not like... He's got
Size
like
of a German
stuff. He's got
Shepherd.
like things in his bag and whatnot too.
Right,
so there's
yeah,
that
that's
as well.
fair.
So you
Yeah.
take that off, it peels back some of the weight as well.
Is there
But,
anything we can do to interrupt the light? Like the light column. The light above the column, I should say.
Oh.
If it's
And we
coming
could try...
from...
Do you have like
a
a plus
beam.
1 cloak maybe or something like that we could throw over it, or?
I swear to God.
Inspiration point
I
for you, Nigel. That was good.
Oh, shit!
You made me laugh. That was good.
So rude. So rude.
Good work.
Yeah, I mean, Carl could throw you a fair distance, I believe, but I don't think you're going to stick a landing. We can always use the spider gloves, toss them back over, and try to climb across the side of the wall. Are you any good at climbing, Ribbons?
Oh, no.
Mendax, is there anything you could secure a rope to on that side? We could set up sort of a rope that we could, pull him across or something like that. Set up a little ferry system, or maybe one we can just kind of pull ourselves across just using upper body strength.
Yeah, use spider gloves and rope to the ceiling and just zip line him across.
I mean, the spider gloves don't let me hang from the ceiling, do they?
I think they just give you like a bit of stickiness.
Yeah, it's just like a bit,
bonus kind of thing. Yeah,
and I think we might be too far for me to actually throw them back. Anyway, yeah, we would, or even a rope.
You can certainly try. It's a 30-foot diameter, so it's 30 feet.
Oh, it's only. That's right. In my head, it was
yeah,
like oval, so I was thinking 60 feet. Oh, 30 feet. That's nothing.
Nope. I mean, it's something.
Peyton Manning that shit. No problem. I mean, there's a door. There's the machine itself. Can I take another look at the machine and just make sure I'm not missing anything?
Mm-hmm. I mean, you most certainly are, because this thing is quite complicated looking, besides the simple color wheel in
there
the
has
center.
to be a way that everything is lit up.
Good thought, Mendax. Maybe I should come over and take a look next. I should be able to take this path, and then maybe I can deactivate it from the other side.
Okay.
Check for levers.
I'm going to kick it.
Just let me come across first. Please don't kick it.
I really think I should kick it though.
See if there's an off button.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't try turning it off and turning it back on again. Okay, Nigel, are you going to leave your chart with them, or are you going to risk it?
Chart will go with Carl. Carl, you can call out the placements to me.
Okay.
Okay, we're trying to get Nigel across.
First hop, Nigel, 3 feet. Give me an acrobatics.
That's a 9 plus 2, 11.
Okay, you are shaky on the landing, but you succeed. You step onto a purple tile and have calls out the change in color.
Orange.
The next one is a 3-foot hop.
That's 16 plus 2, 18.
Nice.
You definitely got your footing now as you make another jump. Very graceful, surprising even yourself.
Bloop.
You have to. Okay, well, hold on. You have to make another hop to now a purple tile.
9 plus 2, 11.
Once again, a bit shaky, but you're able to make it. Whew. All right.
So that
this next one. Let me see. I'm just kind of keeping track real quick. This next one is the 6-foot jump.
Let's go, Nigel. Let's go.
Let's go.
He's a jumping wizard. Of all the wizards in his wizard school, Nigel jumper best.
I'm the jumpiest. 9 plus 2, 11.
Yep.
Wow.
I've seen it.
You jump. You kind of overshoot the landing and stumble forward slightly, stepping 1 foot planting on one of the black tiles as you try and stay firmly bolted. You kind of realize what you've done and tense up slightly as you're right next to the light and pillar. Nigel. Mm-hmm.
He has a mischievous grin. It's a bad sign.
I know, he's too happy.
What is the 22nd item in your inventory?
22nd, wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 is hot sauce. Let me scroll down.
Thank God, that's safe.
21 is the pearl. 21 is scroll of burning hands. Ha! It's
I see.
It's not even the worst thing to go. It's a scroll of jump. It's just I should have probably used that.
Oh, ironic.
Didn't learn that much from Baldur's Gate, did you, motherfucker?
Damn.
That is amazing. Oh man.
Oh my god!
Instant karma. It's an instant karma machine. That's all it is.
What?
Well, it's kind of like you used it. It did its job. There you go. In an instant, you feel something shift around in your inventory as the scroll of jump is disintegrated. Pieces of ash, all that remain in your backpack.
Amazing. So I gotten back onto the other tile, or am I still on
You
the
are
black
on
tile?
the other tile. You're on the other tile. You're on the correct tile.
Okay, I'm back on the correct tile, but I got me scroll zapped. Okay.
Yep, you have 2 more 3-foot jumps to do. It's
Okay,
to
2
a
more
purple and then to the end.
Let's do it.
You got it.
Come on. You know that one when it teeters and you're like, oh, yeah,
Oh,
nice. And
yeah.
then it goes, it was going to be a 15. Now it's a 5 plus 2, 7.
Oh, feeling a little off balance and shaken from your brush with disaster. You kind of underestimate this jump and land on the tile, but slip back slightly, once again planting a foot on one of the black tiles.
Oof.
Nigel, what is the 6th item in your inventory?
Aw, brown rat syringe. I was saving this for an emergency.
An emergency has been used up. Brown rat syringe explodes in your backpack. Some of the rat goo kind of getting onto some of your other items and stuff as the syringe itself is disintegrated, but the goo inside remained.
That stuff was ancient. That's from a different time period, from before we went through time.
400 years
It's going to be
old.
very fermented by now.
Very, very potent. You are now 1 jump away, and this is to land on the other side.
Let's go, Nigel. Let's go.
13 plus 2, 15.
Yeah, easily done, as you can now put as much power into the jump as you want. This is the easiest one for you to do, and you make it to the other side. Not too battered in damage, but you assess your inventory, and your catalog adjusts as you realize what you've lost. And kind of whack yourself on the head as you realize you should have used the scroll of jump.
On the 6-foot jump as well.
Well, I think it gives you advantage on jump for like a minute or something like that. Like each one of these could have been, or you could have potentially used it on ribbons. But yeah, not too bad. Nothing
I'm
too
not the
crazy.
smartest.
The hoarding tendency is working out for now.
Yeah, I mean, if I lost like my Pearl of Power or Goop's Magic Stone or anything like that, that's where I'd be absolutely gutted.
Yep.
But not too bad. I mean, I can't lose my spellbook, right? Like if that landed on my spellbook, that doesn't make sense. That's got to have some sort of special immunity, yes.
Plot armor.
Oh, well, who knows?
I just become like a wizard who doesn't know any magic. I'm just like, oh.
You can replicate. You can replicate your spellbook for it's some hundreds of gold, but you can make a new one. Yes.
Yeah. I just have to take out yet another loan from the Bank of Mendax.
The Bank of Dax. All right, but Nigel, you have made it across the room. You now walk over to where Mendax is, and you observe the machinery that's in charge of this nefarious trap. It looks relatively fresh, as if it's been placed here within the last, I don't know, 10 to 15 years or so, potentially. So it's relatively new, considering how old the rest of this cave is. And give me an Arcana check.
Can I?
Plus,
Oh, sorry.
sorry, 6 plus 6, 12.
It would take you quite some time to work out the intricate machinery and magic that is integrated into each of the parts. From a quick assessment, you find that, the way that it operates is by turning that dial to one color or another, and that it appears that whatever color tiles were remaining at the time of the key being inserted and turned into the machinery would remain active the whole time. and that it is powered by these sort of pinkish purple crystals that line the outside. And again, there's sort of a thrum of energy, almost electricity, that's darting between them to power this machine. You figure that removing one of them would more than likely deactivate this trap, but you do not know what the effects would be of potentially removing that, if it would overload the system and destroy it, if it would damage the person who removed it. Those things are unknown to you.
All right, so yeah, we were already plotting a path with that assumption about purple not turning off, right? And just using
Yes.
plus one of the color. So that's just not good enough for ribbons. So, all right. Well, basically, the magical source is these pink gems. We can try to pull them out. I don't know what the hell is going to happen if we do that, but we're definitely not leaving ribbons behind, and I can't see a better solution. So, well, perhaps I might just try to pull one out and see what happens.
Okay, let me know what you'd like to do. Are you pulling one out?
Is there any cover in this room we can take?
You're in the hallway currently. There's not really any cover that you can find other than being around one of the corners or one of the bends of the hallway.
All right, Mendax, come with me. Let's go around this bend. And then from just around the bend, I'm going to kind of poke my head around, and I'm going to try and use a mage hand to pull one of the gems out.
Okay. Sure. You generate a mage hand, and you're able to successfully cast this spell without any of that pressure building up again. So you think you're out of whatever zone was potentially going to resist your magic. As your mage hand approaches, it starts to pull on one of the crystals, which seems pretty firmly locked into place by this ring of energy that's connecting them all. Your mage hand is unfortunately not strong enough to pull one of these crystals out.
Right.
Do you think that maybe the venom from our spider rings would be powerful enough to, like, eat away at one of the crystals?
So, I mean, they're not biological in nature, but it is rather caustic, so it may work, actually. I don't even... Where is that ring?
It's the soul ring, I think.
Yes.
So ring.
Ring!
Did I somehow lose it from my inventory, maybe? Oh my gosh. Anyways.
Potentially. You definitely would still have it, though.
Yeah.
Because you can't take it off, so...
You cannot take it off yet.
Yeah.
That is on there.
Yeah, well, if you want to try it, Mendax, maybe try yours on one of the crystals, and then see if you can just splurge some poison on it, and then take cover.
Splurge.
I'm gonna splurge so hard.
Cough up those toxins, get it out.
Jeez Louise. Good lord.
Let's go, Mendax. Let's go.
I can't do it when people are watching.
All right, turn away.
Nobody look. I'm gonna rub that ring so hard.
God.
You've got this.
No, I can't just rub it. I have to rub it and get angry and think dark things. That's how it's always
Jeez
worked
Louise.
before. That's how it worked before.
It is, but you do not have to rub the ring. That is not a part of it at all.
I feel like maybe it would help,
Definitely
though.
not.
It probably,
won't.
like, quickens things.
She's purely
No, it
superstitious about this.
What
but
if I just, like, lightly flick it?
it wasn't a part of the spell?
Not quite.
Okay.
Not
Okay,
necessary.
Okay, well, I try those anyway. Then when that doesn't work, then I guess I just hold my hand over top of it with the ring and think very dark thoughts and get very angry. And I think about the book that I'll never read. And I think about the fact that Nigel had a scroll of jumping. And I think about the fact that I've had a potion of levitation in my inventory. And I get really this whole time, and I get really upset, and I try to
that's good.
splurge on over the gem.
Yes, you hold your hand sort of over one of the gems, and that sort of venomous slime starts to sort of just appear and drip from your hand onto the gem, as if you're like you're wringing out a sponge almost. It does. It touches onto the crystal, and you hear the sizzle and see some smoke rise up as it does seem to be decaying one of the crystals. What would you like to do? You gonna...
I mean, can Nigel see what's happening?
Get to cover.
Okay,
What'll happen?
Okay, I'm gonna dive back around the corner with Nigel. Well, I'm gonna get it off my hand, and then as I'm diving. Water just makes it worse.
You can just wipe your hand on the dirt wall.
Yeah, just gonna like run away with my hand out like this. Get it off.
Somehow in the midst of it, you got some in your hair, and I go, "Is that
No, it's just sticking
hair
straight
gel?"
up.
And then I start putting it in my hair. And
it does begin to dissolve one of the crystals, and after a few moments, you can see the energy, the energy beam, that electricity that's surrounding this device, begin to crackle and kind of shoot off from the gem as like the perfect circle of it has been interrupted. Eventually, you hear the clicking and whirring of the machine get louder and louder and faster, until suddenly, in it sort of a electrical explosion, a few of the crystals explode outwards. Shards of glass and crystal peppering the wall, as most of it gets turned into dust, but some of the larger shards remain. And the device itself completely breaks. It depowers. You see all of the lights of it begin to dim and fade until eventually it just looks like hunks of metal, and you don't hear any noises. Back in the room with Call and Ribbons, you see the tiles fade away, and all of them turn black.
Well, does that mean all the spaces are bad, or all the spaces are good? Did we hear the explosion?
Yeah, you heard the explosion for sure.
Okay, well then we can test it.
Yeah.
I will step forth.
You step forth onto one of the tiles, and you find that nothing happens to you.
Nice! Yeah. Good job, good job.
See, I could have just kicked it.
Could have. Beat the shit out of that machine.
Are there any, while they're making their way across, are there any other, like, crystals or anything that might still be intact that I could...
Yeah. There are, we'll say, three light pink crystals there, worth about, from your assessment and from Nigel's assessment, about 300 gold, or sorry, 300 gold in total. 100 gold per crystal.
Nice. You want one, Nigel?
It's all right. The Bank of Mendax has proved quite safe so far, so you can maybe hold on to them.
All right, I will add then 3 pink crystals.
3 pink crystals.
Nice. Good work, team.
Yay! Did it!
And no one died.
Hooray. You did it. Well done.
Take a moment of silence for the items that were zapped away. Do you still have the potion of levitation, by the way?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Definitely do.
next time we run into a puzzle with stuff on the floor, we could just keep that in the back pocket. Or the front pocket, actually, if it's
In
room
my
like
defense, I did think at first, I was like, oh, it probably won't work because it's repressing magic and potions are magical items.
that.
Maybe.
But I could have tried.
You'll never know now.
Then it like immediately left my head.
We could test it if Nigel can just fix it up real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, get me a few gnomish engineers in a few years. I'm sure I could piece it back together.
All right.
That's the new plot of the campaign, just finding these gnomish engineers.
We're just
going to
be engineers.
Yeah.
Just hear the
Gotta
sound
fix
of
that trap.
screaming and dying druids
That was a
somewhere
good trap.
in the
That
land
was really
above
cool.
us.
More people should see that one. It's very colorful.
Very vibrant.
Yeah.
So the hallway that you are now all in, so Ribbons and Call, you all rejoin them on the other side of the room, reunited once more. You can head down 2 different directions. There is the pathway that the sort of trap machinery was leading you towards. That's, we'll say, off to the right. And then there was a different direction off to the left. Your choice.
Right or left, gang?
To the left, to the left. I don't know.
That is
Thoughts
true.
exactly.
Are you also
To
thinking?
the left.
I'm team left.
I'm team
Okay.
left as well.
They would never suspect it.
They would never suspect it.
That's everything you own is there, so maybe we'll get our items back.
That's true.
Mm.
The path of the soy boys. I just hope we don't get.
Please let that be the title of this
No,
of this
please
one.
don't.
The path of the soy boys.
Please don't let me be DMing a campaign where one of the titles is The Path of the Soy Boys.
Unless there's a gang later on that is called that, and that's their brand.
There will not be. I'll spoiler it for you right now.
Oh my god, the soy
There
boys.
will be no group named the Soy Boys. You all head to the left. The pathway turns once again into sort of a winding cavern. It doesn't look like there's no tile floors, nothing inlaid into the walls. It looks like this is as natural of a cavern as it could be. None of you, though, are experts in dungeoneering, let's say. So you can't tell if this is a man-made sort of cave or if this is a natural just occurrence in the side. You follow it for some time, weaving and turning from left to right, going slightly up, going back down, reinforcing the fact that you think this is probably more of a natural cave. And after about 10 minutes of walking or so, there's not a whole lot on this side that's of interest. No light can obviously reach this part of the cave. So the only things that grow are sort of these dark, mossy patches on the walls, along with some mushrooms every now and again. There are bugs and spider webs that appear every here and there, and that you have to kind of move out of the way and just kind of ignore whatever is skittering on your back every now and again. But as you move along, you eventually come to something peculiar, and something you did not expect to see. Another door inlaid in the wall. For how natural this cave system appeared to be, it strikes you as odd that there would be a door on this side.
Fuck doors.
All day. Fuck that door, bruv.
We met the door god. He wasn't the nicest.
He's pretty hot though.
Here's a proper wank stain.
Wow. Whoa.
I mean, he was pretty hot though.
Credit where credit's due, I guess.
Yeah. You're at the door. Tell me what you'd like to do. It's a simple wooden door. Doesn't seem like it has any locks. It just has a handle. Very simple, just wooden lever that opens and, keeps the door secure in the wall. A very simple frame, also made of wood. It's not entirely well constructed. It looks relatively new, but made out of fairly shoddy materials.
I would like to go up and open the door.
Okay. You open the door. It opens easily. There's a bit of a squeaky groan as it's wood, kind of on wood, and you kind of get that weird whiny squeak noise. And as you push the door open, it drags some dirt across the ground, as it doesn't look like it was really measured perfectly, so it kind of scrapes up some of the floor every time it's opened. And as you open it up, you see a small room, maybe only 10 feet by 10 feet or so, not very large at all. And it's filled to the brim with different mushrooms and flora and mosses that are growing down here. I mean, absolutely packed. They're growing from the walls. They're growing in the ground itself. There are satchels hanging from the ceiling, drying some herbs that are down there. There are some mushrooms that are packed away into crates that are lining on the sides of the wall. And in the center of the room, there is someone sleeping in a hammock. You can't see who it is, you can't see what they are, and you'll have to wait until next time, as that's all the time we have for today.
Ooh.
As we leave our mysterious Mushroom Man for the next time.
Well done.
Mushroom Man.
We lit the rooms.
Man.
What will become of the
undead
centaur, I wonder? Is he going to practice his spear moves or go back to bed?
Who knows?
Good job working on the trap. I want to shout out to Ribbons going for that jump before we figured everything out and how to disable the whole machine. Good try, Ribbons. Sorry about that.
Well done, Ribbons.
Yeah, and also, just as a safety reminder for any adventurers out there, if you have scrolls of jump or potions of levitation and a puzzle with ground stuff, just be mindful of your inventory. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us tonight for Wayfarers. We will see you on the next.